Hi, everyone. It's Dr. Linda Backman here. Yes, we all have a lot to learn. I want to talk to you about the learning at our soul level. And this is going to be a bit of a sharing with you about what is a Between Lives Soul Regression. Okay? How do you discover the core of yourself? And so that is what I want to explain and share and hopefully tantalize you with the work of Between Lives Soul Regression. So here goes. Okay, so what is the soul? Yeah, well, a lot of you probably think you know what the soul is. It is, your soul is divine. It comes from a very high frequency. When we come into body, when we incarnate into the human body, we bring a piece, a portion, a fractal of our soul energy that causes us to be alive, living and breathing. Our soul is immortal. And there's a major, I would call it a law of the universe. We are required to evolve. We can take 500 lifetimes, we can take 2,000 lifetimes. We go at the pace we choose, but we are required to evolve as a soul. So what is a Between Lives Soul Regression? This is a type of regression I've been guiding for 25 years or so. In a Between Lives Soul Regression, you have a regression therapist who's trained and experienced. The regression therapist is guiding you, the client, to use your own intuition to bring forward a deeper understanding of who you are as a soul. You bring questions to the session. You're able to ask questions to your spiritual guides. So you use your intuition. I always say, I'm simply the bus driver. I keep the bus on the road. I drive the bus and keep it on the road. But the content that comes forward comes from you, the client. That content is determined by your spiritual guides, or we could call them guardian angels, and your soul self, your higher soul self. And everything that comes forward is purposeful. It's meant to benefit you in order to know who you are more deeply and in order to move forward in your current life. So, what is regression hypnotherapy? Well, in a simple way, it's purely relaxation. And when you trust that information is going to come to you as it does in regression, the therapist is going to help you to trust the intuitive images, like eyes closed, pictures in your mind, or emotion, because that comes up tied to past lives, tied to meeting with your guides, tied to information that comes forward. You have body sensation when your guides show up, body sensation tied to what happened in past lives. And some of us, many of us, receive intuitive information through downloads of thought, simply receiving in cognitively from your mind. The purpose of a Between Lives Soul Regression is to understand yourself as a soul and how that translates into your human life. So some of the information that comes forward in a BLSR, for one, is what have you learned in past lives? What accomplishments did you achieve in past lives? And we call that Dharma. What kind of person were you? What kind of work did you do? What kind of skills and gifts did you have? We also learn about past lives where we make free will choices. When we come into body on earth, one uniqueness of coming to earth is that we have free will. Therefore, we can go against our agreements. And if we do, and our guides deem it not the best choices, we gather karma. We're shown in a Between Lives Soul Regression, what karma do we need to be balancing in life today? What happened in a past life that needs balance? Okay, I want to give you an example of a client. Okay, this client Comes out of my first book, Bringing Your Soul to Light. The client's fake name is Alan. And here's what Alan said in his regression. And let me first give you a little information, background about Alan. In his current life, he was 1 year old when his parents divorced. His emotionally detached father visited him infrequently. In addition, his loving grandfather assured him that all would be okay, but his grandfather died when he was 8. So here's the regression from the mid-1800s. Alan says, it's night, I'm in a simple room. I'm wearing an off-white muslin nightgown. I have long brown hair. I'm in my middle teens. I'm a woman, and I'm sad. There are no windows in the room. I'm alone. I never leave this room. I've imprisoned myself. So I guide Alan to go to an earlier point in the life where he says, we were all very happy. I was very close to my father, and then there was a great loss. My father died after a horse and buggy accident. I see my father lying in a bed. He's very, very sick. My mother isn't there, and now my father's very still. He's died. There was nothing I could do. Now I'm at the funeral for my father. Everyone wears black. There are horses and a hearse. I'm standing with my little sister. There are lots of people. My father was a prominent, respected businessman. My sister and I are alone. I don't know what happened to my mother. I'm 14. This is the age where I imprison myself in a room. I'm 18 now. I've gone away to school. I'm still alone. I'm shy. I haven't any friends. I spend much of the time by myself. Then I get married to someone just to have a place to live. Lawyers arrange this. There's no real joy for me. My husband is reserved. We're not close. I'm still really alone. I die when I'm 65. My husband died 10 years ago. I'm alone in a chair. There are no children. I feel and see my soul leave my body. I've allowed myself to be a victim of life's circumstances. I wasted my life. I let the emotional loss in my childhood control the rest of that life. I die of a broken heart, having been alone the bulk of my life. So Alan learns what he's not to do in life today. He learns not to cave in to loss. What are the benefits of a Between Lives Soul Regression? Well, there are many benefits, and it depends on the client and the particular regression. One aspect of what you learn is, why are you here now? How did you plan your current life? What's the purpose of your current life? How are you doing with those purposes? You learn who are your spiritual guides. You learn about fears and phobias that are unexplained in life today, that come from a past life. And often when you learn about them, they can be lessened or completely let go of. You learn about health challenges you have in life today that may be tied to a past life that can also be lessened or let go of. We make a pre-birth life plan. We determine relationships. Who am I going to meet from a past life where I need to balance a relationship from a past life or continue a beautiful, loving, wonderful relationship? Most of the people close to you in life today are souls you've known before. You choose your ethnicity. You choose your body size. You choose average intelligence, high intelligence, perhaps less than average intelligence, with purpose. You choose your abilities. You choose your challenges. You choose your gifts. Now let me give you another example. Here is an example of what you can learn about what you were experiencing before you were born in life today. Again, this is from Bringing Your Soul to Light, my first book. And here's what a client said when the client experienced the time before birth in their mother's womb. The client says, I feel not 100% wanted. There are muffled voices and concern from my mother. She's worried that she might bring a child into the world with a physical challenge. She's worried that I could die at a young age. This is going to be a difficult life. I don't like feeling my mother's difficult emotions while I'm in the womb. Where I come from as a soul, there is unconditional acceptance. My legs feel cramped. My head feels okay. I can hear my mother's voice and her heartbeat. I know her emotions. She's worried about being a mother, but I'm eager to try out the body. I look forward to flexing my limbs. I bring awareness and expansiveness to this new life that is unique. My soul melding with the body was easy. I have an intelligent brain that is eager to be activated. So there's a piece of the bigger picture of you that you can learn in a Between Lives Soul Regression. Another example of what you can learn in BLSR, Between Lives Soul Regression, is when your soul was created, when your soul was designed, did you intend to incarnate on Earth? Did you intend to incarnate mostly not on Earth, but only come to Earth to assist humanity, and rarely? That makes you highly unique with unique gifts and unique challenges. Does your soul come from the angelic realm? Does your soul come from the place in the universe that directly supports the divine and only rarely incarnates, but you carry a depth of love and compassion? So here's a little bit of a portion, a piece of a regression coming from my third book called Souls on Earth, coming from a client that does not regularly incarnate on Earth. The client says, my home base is in the sky with my guide. My soul doesn't usually come to Earth. My guide's name is something that sounds like Jupiter. He's male with a long head and funny ears and looks young. My guide wants me to tell him what I want to do now. He almost forces me to decide how I want to live my life now. I'm the only one who can decide. I ask my guide what my life purpose is today. I'm told it's completely my choice because I can accomplish what I put my mind to. I realize that my purpose in life today is to learn the difference between thoughts and body. In soul form, I can use my thoughts to achieve anything I need. But in human form, I try to use my thoughts to control the outcome when I'm in a dense human body. Life and body on Earth is so different. It's much harder to fulfill what you want to happen in a solid, heavy human body. That's an example of an interplanetary soul. I have worked a lot with clients, and in particular, a great deal with souls that aren't accustomed to coming to Earth. So as we think about the purpose of a Between Lives Soul Regression, the client learns very specific and particular pieces of information: life purpose, choice of relationships, choice of people that come into life that we can choose to be in relationship with, and a great deal of other information. And you bring questions to the session, questions you want to ask to your spiritual guides. In addition, at the, you might say the 50,000-foot view, you learn what are the reasons you came into body that assist to evolve humanity. Because only we as incarnate souls can progress life on Earth, can progress the way humanity exists and what happens here on Earth. So here are some nuts and bolts about what is a Between Lives Soul Regression. First of all, you can schedule it with me on Zoom, which works just fine, or in person in my Colorado office. I will return to traveling, but because of the current COVID-19 virus, I am not traveling. Typically, I travel around the country and out of the country, so we can work on Zoom or in person. It's a 3.5-hour session. We do interview, preparation, then we dive deep into the soul regression. It's all recorded. And then we leave time for processing. So those are the actual specifics of what happens in a Between Lives Soul Regression. I hope you'll think about learning more about yourself. It is the way, or a key way, that we grow and evolve. Remember, we don't grow and evolve primarily at the soul level. We grow and evolve in these bodies, in this school of learning, in these dense bodies. Okay. So if you're interested either in scheduling a session, learning more about a session, simply asking questions, all of that is great and fine. Go to my website if you like. You'll learn a lot more about this kind of work, ravenheartcenter.com. There are videos on my website. I have 3 books that you can either order hard copy or on Kindle version. And you can contact Dr. Earl Backman, that is my husband. And here's his email address on the screen, earl@ravenheartcenter.com. There's his phone number, 303-818-0575. Please reach out. Please ask questions. Together, I love a phrase I hear a lot at times, together as one, and together as we work on evolving as souls, the planet will progress. So thanks everyone for listening. Again, it's Dr. Linda Backman. Come join me for a regression. I hope to meet you soon. And most of all, stay healthy. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.